829-978-3698.
829, 98.7 WFGR. I got to give you credit.
Yes.
I mean, you get a guest booked in here, and he shows up right on time.
Exactly on time.
Which I didn't really expect from you because I know the kind of riffraff you hang around with, and not often are they on time.
Well, hey, this is only the second guest I've ever booked, as you mentioned earlier.
He's been such a big help to the show.
Well,
I got another guest.
every 5-6 months or so.
Every 5-6 months, Dave turns into Horseshack. He's in the other corner of the room going,
I got an idea.
Lawnmower racing. That's right. Lawnmower racing coming back to Sparta again this year. It's part of the Town and Country Days, and we are honored to have Jayson Mikula in the studio. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing well this morning.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
A little early for you, or you're usually up and at 'em?
No, we're usually up and at 'em.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about this lawnmower race. Now, people will giggle to some degree about lawnmower racing, but you're like a 6-time national champion at this.
Yeah, there's some tongue-in-cheek with it because it is just a lawnmower, but on the same token, once you get out there and see them run, they're every bit as serious as anything else you've ever raced.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when I saw it today, the first thing that came to mind were like snowmobile, grass drags, that kind of stuff, but you guys put a lot of time and energy and effort into these things.
Yeah, these machines are basically lawnmowers that are stripped down and then rebuilt from the ground up for racing purposes. So there's a lot of custom fabrication that goes on with them. The best guys at it are the guys that usually build their own stuff.
Yeah.
But they are a lot of fun.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now, how fast? What's like the top speed you can get these things going at?
Well, the top speed, actually, world record on it. One of my good friends went down to the Bonneville Salt Flats and ran 96.5 mile an hour.
Oh, my God.
Doggy! Now we're talking.
Now, how fast? Now, I saw the video on ZZM, you and Brent Ashcroft. How fast were you going?
Oh, on that small of a track, we were probably only going about 35.
But
so.
still, I mean,
on a lawnmower, though, that's...
Here's the thing. Speed is relative.
Uh-huh.
So if you're doing 35 miles an hour around, how long of a track do we have here?
Well, we will be running on about a 10th mile track this weekend, and we're going to see speeds up to about 45 mile an hour.
And that's moving because I mean, you got to scale it down. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We do our races up at Winston Speedway up there, and at least these cars, these late models. Sure, it's a 5/8 mile track. They're doing 119 miles an hour. Now, if you put that out to 2 miles, they're really going to be moving. Same thing with these lawn tractors. Now, what got you interested in this?
Well, I've always wanted to race something.
Yeah.
And being that I work for 4 Seasons on Alpine, that's my dad's John Deere dealership.
Oh, I love that place.
I saw lawnmower racing on TV, and I thought, man, that's got to be
I'm in.
my niche right there. So,
right.
I was instantly hooked and had to get the rule book and started to build one more, and it took me probably 8 months to try and build my first one. And then I get out, and we did a Le Mans start back in the day where we run across the track, start out the machine, and go. I had that down right off the bat. But by the end of the first lap, I think I went from second place off the line to about 16th in the lineup because I was that far off.
People don't realize what it's like to actually compete in a race. I mean, these guys are out for blood. They mean business.
Yeah, and it's very serious when we get on the track. I mean, last year there was a little controversy between me and one of the other drivers.
What happened?
Oh, boy.
We were both fighting for the same piece of real estate, and he ended up getting turned.
Robin's racing!
That's right!
Yeah,
even on lawnmowers.
But when everything goes said and done, we cool down, we shake hands. I mean, we see each other week in and week out when we do this. So.
You tour the country with this.
Yeah, I've been away to Florida this season already. I've been down to North Carolina. We got racers coming from those states. We got racers coming from Maryland, New Jersey, and then, of course, the surrounding states, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin. I mean, you name it. There's a national circuit that we follow, and we have a good time with it.
Nice.
Now, this particular race, this is all going to benefit Huntington's disease, which I know is very, very close to your family. Can you talk a little bit about that and how it's affected you and your family personally?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons we wanted to start this race here in Sparta was to do a fundraiser and to raise awareness for Huntington's disease. It's a genetic disorder that runs on my dad's side of the family. It basically breaks down all your mental and physical capabilities.
It's kind of on par. If you had to compare it to something, it would be kind of close to Parkinson's at first.
Yeah, kind of like that. People that show progression of the disease, if you see them from the outside, they look like they're inebriated. They have chorea movements, jerky movements. Mm-hmm. They don't realize how strong their grip is sometimes. You know, if you go to shake their hand, they're real exaggerated movements.
Sure.
and then eventually it breaks down the ability to breathe and to swallow, and a lot of times they die from other complications, like pneumonia or something like that.
Starvation or
heart disease, I think, is in line with that too, is it not? Yeah.
Yeah, just the disease itself doesn't kill the person.
Right.
It's the complications.
The complications
that come
with
from
it. Unbelievable. Now your family's been affected by this in a big way.
Yeah, my dad has 8 siblings. He's lost 6 of them to the disease already.
Unbelievable.
And all before, all fairly young too.
Yes. Most recently, we lost my Uncle Mark here this year due to complications of disease, and I think he was in his mid-50s.
Let me ask you a tough question. I mean, this thing runs in the family. It obviously runs in the males of the family. Have you been checked to see if you've got this, or is that something you just don't want to know?
I'd rather not know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Being that my dad hasn't showed signs of it yet, it's highly unlikely that I'll show signs of it. But without having him tested, if I go get tested, then immediately he's going to know too if I get a positive result. So that's something I guess I'd rather just continue to live my life without having to worry about that and try to do the best I can in the meantime.
Now, I know you're not like a big advocate or anything, but does this disease that runs in your family give you argument toward like stem cell research and all that stuff? Are you for that? Where do you stand?
I stand for that stuff because there have been certain developments that they've discovered already that have been benefits of the research that's been going on. And every dollar that we generate this weekend goes towards Huntington's disease research, which also it also benefits other diseases like Parkinson's, like Alzheimer's, because it's all in the same general vicinity of the neurological portion of it. So, it's been a wonderful treat that we've been able to raise over $100,000 over the 12 years that we've been doing it.
Nice.
And we've been honored by the HD Association a few times for it. So we've been very fortunate, and people like you help us get the word out there. And
that's what we're here for, man.
We enjoy it. So.
Well, I got to tell you what, you guys are going to be racing this weekend at the Sparta Airport. I have got memories of the Sparta Airport my entire life. I grew up just around the corner. I grew up on the corner of 10 Mile and Division, which is a bike ride away from the Sparta Airport. So as kids, when we were kids, we'd all get on our bikes and we'd beg for 50 cents and we'd drive down there. They had a Town Club pop machine on the runway at the Sparta Airport. We would drive down to the Sparta Airport with our change in hand, and we would sit on the runway buying Town Club pops, waiting for somebody to come by and go, "Hey, you kids want to ride?" Never worked out.
Of course not.
And it's part of Sparta Town and Country Days as well.
Yeah, we're part of the Town and Country Days. We're very fortunate that they, at first let us get involved with tying our event in with their festivities, and now we're one of the major hits of the Town and Country Days.
So like at the Town and Country Days beer tent, will you be signing autographs and that kind of thing?
I'll probably still be out at the track for a while.
Think so?
So you got about 60 or 70 racers, right, ready to compete in this thing?
Yeah, we expect to see anywhere between 50 and 70 guys showing up from around the country. So
a great time.
Very cool.
What a great time.
And that's Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah. Yep, okay. Saturday at 5 p.m. we're racing, and then Sunday the time is incorrect in the book. They had it down at 5 p.m. We start at 1 on Sunday.
It's a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon. And I know like a cousin of yours is helping out down there, and she's got a cop husband that directs traffic, because you know what, this is starting to draw a lot of people to Sparta Airport, and it's really in the middle of a cow pasture. Yeah, it really is. So they got to have their ducks in a row when it comes to getting people in there and out. But it's looking like a great time and a great cause, and we're glad you could make it down.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, there you have it. Jayson Mikula. Look for the lawnmower races this week. Dave, you booked another one. You can. Hey, I'll tell you what. When you step up, you hit it right out of the park with these guys.
Always leave them wanting more.
You are the man.
That's my motto.
Look at Dave. All right, Jayson, good luck this weekend. Continue on your championship ways and continue on the fight for Huntington's disease. We appreciate you coming in, man.
Thank you.